Yes, this is the main task for me, as you know, on the first 5 minutes of any of our live streams, to understand, have I done everything okay and can you hear me and see me? But this is, and again, on my side, everything is all right. This is the point that I see there is some kind internal demonstration of how everything goes, so it seems like fine. So please, if you see any problems, just drop me a comment and I will try to, I hope I will get them simultaneously as you will write. Oh yes, and I hear my voice, so now I need to, yes, I know how I will minimize it, just a second, yeah, this way. So, regarding the comments, yes, it's kind of like a delay always, because I cannot just read them in all simultaneously and speak to you and do all these demonstrations, because I already prepared them, and today I hope we will have even better experience than last time, because I'm so glad that you have seen how to measure leaf area of compound leaves on the example of parsley. At the same time, today we will look at something a little bit different. We will look at fruit quality assessment. At the same time, what I also discovered, I will show you it, so don't worry, I didn't cancel it. But what I have already discovered, that maybe we need to start with earlier stage, not just quality control, visual quality control of fruits on that level when you already have them in front of you, but we will start on earlier stage, and it will be the intake stage when the fruits are just arriving. And I still want to see that everything is all right, so just give me a second and maybe I will be able to see the comment if there are any, because again, having this live stream on device and then trying to do something in mobile, it's still like system does not understand what's going on, so sometimes I just cannot do everything on the same pace as it goes. So I clearly see that the live stream is happening now, so this is the very good news. But as you see, I cannot read my my comments here, so that's why it's a little bit kind inconvenient now, but we will think how to manage it in the future. So what I want to say to you, traditionally I call them like housekeeping points, but I think that sometimes I have so many of them that it's just a matter of official part of any live stream. So it's not anymore housekeeping points, because housekeeping points is when you just say something very short, just technical or something like that. So obligatory part of today's live stream is to tell you about the opportunities which you already have in front of you. So those who have been in last time know already all the architecture of LinkedIn live streams. At the same time, if you compare with other platforms, kind like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, they are the main, Twitch also. Maybe one day we will have the Twitch live stream, but it will be definitely a separate part, and yes, because of specifics of that platforms. But what I want to say, that all of these platforms, they have some interesting functionality which can enhance your experience. So because live stream, it should not be like one-way communication from me to you and delivering some knowledge and some interesting things so you can have them in your mind. It's also an opportunity for you to grow professionally, not just through knowledge but also through your networking, and that's why you have about this event on the on your desktop now. You have also the networking part, and also you have the comments part. As I mentioned, currently, since we are just launching our activities with live streams, we don't have like a huge amount of people who are focused for this specific live stream on blueberry production. At the same time, it's not the last one about blueberries, and I'm sure in the future we will have more people who are focused specifically on blueberry farming as well as production side of blueberries when they are already transferred to the production site and they need to be packed, they need to be delivered to the next point. So I would like to have all the parts of this supply chain of blueberries present and discovered and communicated between each other, because this is how the overall this word called synergy. So it's kind of the synergy of industry. It appears not when everyone is just fragmented and doing their own business nicely. Synergy is when all the chunks of this supply chain at least know about each other, about existence, about what they can do to help you to be more effective. So that's why today, as I mentioned, we can start with QC, but the initial stage of QC, not that specific work with blueberries as itself, but for the stage of which is currently not current, it's maybe more logistic stage, not plant phenotyping or post-harvest assessment, but a little bit early. But still, don't worry, as I mentioned, I will show you how QC for blueberries works, because again, this is kind of like the new opportunity for me. I will show you the video and then I will just comment it simultaneously, and then we will go to our mobile application. It's already here, and you will see what's going on my table, because on my table I have plenty of berries. At the same time, I don't know how many of them, because I just purchased the berries and put them on the table. So it will be our next task. So what we will do now, and one more thing regarding what I want to say, that I already mentioned that currently we are doing this on platform called LinkedIn, and this is only for LinkedIn recorded, and I focused on comments over there. At the same time, all these videos are also after some time are transferred to YouTube, where I have my also channel. And first of all, if you are already subscribed, I would like to thank you for this, because it's a huge empowerment for me, and I'm delighted to have a nice presence as of now. Specifically understanding that I'm speaking about very unique, like not very entertainment, but quite unique niche. And the second thing, to bring more entertainment in our unique niche, I also have YouTube live streams on Saturdays. So tomorrow I already have them for some specific, like a few, maybe 1 or 2 months. And what we are doing there, we are assessing the AI agents, assistants, let's call them AI assistants, publicly available AI assistants, in terms of their work with agricultural inputs, let's call them, because maybe you have seen that I published some experiments regarding, I asked AI, and I asked about different tasks which are ongoing and they needed obviously data sets when we were doing this assessment of how the different models are seeing the apple scab and also potato late blight. So just to understand the capabilities to create the synthetic data, these capabilities are not very strong. Then we also tried to assess the counting, including blueberries. I have a separate video where I asked all these assistants to count how many blueberries do I have in the photo. So as of now, it's still not the perfect thing. But what we have discovered last time, and I think we will go to that direction, so that AI assistants are very good in helping us to be smiling. So last time we were asking about a joke on agricultural topic, and we got some interesting output. They were not always very funny, because the AI assistants, they have a sense of humor, but not like human one. But I mean that it's something interesting to continue. So tomorrow we will do that. And also Yes, this recording will be there as well. And finally, what I want to say, and this is kind of like, you know, when I'm doing all these live streams, I also try to understand what other people are doing during the live streams. So they are announcing something. So I will announce that our next live stream will be next week on Tuesday about germination count. And that's it. And then you will be kind intrigued, and I hope you will come next Tuesday, 5th of May at 1 p.m. British summer time. So in GMT it's +1 hour. So yeah, other time zones I don't remember, but I mean that 1 p.m. British summer time, germination count. If you work in plant nursery, even plant nursery for blueberry plants, it will be relevant, I believe. Okay, then now let's go to our blueberries, because time we need to keep, and yes, I think it's time to start regarding blueberries. So firstly, what I promised, and then what I discovered that probably we need to start with this. So promised, you see. And basically I will show you now the video of which I have demonstrated during the BridgeAI Showcase. It's one of the programs which are funded by the UK government, and it's the Innovate UK and the Alan Turing Institute project, which is kind of long-term project. So they are supporting AI adoption in agri-food among other industries, but agri-food is one of them, and I'm so glad that and proud to be one of the companies. My company Petiole was one of the participants of the BridgeAI program. So so now let's go to, we will be on YouTube. No, it's not YouTube yet. Just give me a second. Where is my, here? It's now you can see how the delay looks like. So, and now I will just, I will make a full screen. I hope I will not disappear, and I will launch the video, and I will show you what is happening here. So, in this screen, I wanted to show that there are different possibilities to do quality control of blueberries, and obviously they should not be this like 5 blueberries on the plate. You can have more of them, but the main thing is that you can work either with already captured data, or you can go to live stream data through the camera. And here we are demonstrating the already captured imagery, so you can also see the different statistical analytical parts. So here the tabs, so you can see the overall information about the count, as well as the size of fruits, the area distribution, the commercial sizing. So basically this video is available on YouTube on our Petiole Pro channel, so please, if you would like to reference to it, you can watch more. But also this is demonstration how the real life assessment works, because for example, if you have the conveyor belt and then you have your blueberries on your conveyor belt, then you have a camera, for example, above these blueberries, and you have a stream of berries which are just flowing, not flowing, but I mean moving, and then you need to assess each of the berries. It's possible, and it's possible to do on site, so this information does not go to cloud, so it creates this latency. It's possible to do to run on site using edge device. I think I have a separate video in my YouTube about the edge devices and how are they helpful. But I mean that all of this information which you are seeing is generated without going to the cloud, but running on local device. And what I also see from working with blueberry growers is that they sometimes lack of capabilities to do this very heavy, technically heavy links between like site and then this cloud, and that's why local devices, edge computing, is one of the future directions of AI in agriculture and specifically QC. And this one is also the demonstration of stable, ordinary, normal photo. And then you can see on the right hand side how it looks like, but with this profiling of berries. So we can speak about size, and also here you can see the verification of blueberries, so you can actually by yourself understand, is it blueberries counted or something else. This is the standard deviation, so it's possible to understand the sizing in terms of the largest, the smallest, as well as other parameters which actually can be adjusted, because we understand, again, we discovered that not so many standards, unified standards, yes, not so many unified standards exist, but many small standards with each company, yes, and each company has own kind. Oh, just give me a second. I go back, and now I go back to my main screen. I hope this magic works and you can see me, but again, I will just need to spend extra time to think how to set up all the screens which I can see and just control it without spending time on this. So what we have discovered, there are many industrial standards, for example, for Netherlands, which is one of the global hubs of blueberry distribution further to Europe, to the United Kingdom, to other countries, so they have some standards. At the same time, when we speak about the United States and those countries which are located in Latin America, and currently, you know, that Peru, I don't need to explain the role of Peru in blueberry supply, global supply. So they have actually a little bit, yes, sometimes they are overlapping the standards, but still standardization is one of the very important parts of current establishing process of blueberry industry, because again, I visited, it was in March, I visited Fruit Not Berry Congress, and there was a separate good presentation about the blueberry standards. So because, and again, it's one of the markets which are growing, so that's why it will be established. There will be some good movements regarding good practices and standards, and how the growers should fit into this supply chain. At the same time, the speed of growth of this market is a little bit higher than the speed of establishing this all requirements. Let's call them like that. Yes. So regarding the next point, as I mentioned in my original announcement, we will have not just QC of blueberries, but also demo. And I think this is kind of an interesting part of any type of live streams, because I do my best to show you that it's not something which I can create in video editor and then show you like it's existing, but it's a live experience. So sometimes it goes smooth, sometimes it goes shaky, but still it's how the life is. So at the same time, I want to show you what do we have. So, and I sincerely hope that everything will go all right this time, because now we can see a different setup. So I will still be here, but my phone will appear next to me. So let's try this magic now. No, it's not that. Just a second. Yes, I hope you can see it. I hope everything is, I even touch the screen now, maybe it will appear. Oh yeah, you can see how, but just understand where I need to move. Okay, here. So yes, basically what I will do now, our task is to take a photo of blueberries which I have. and then we will count them. I will show you what's existing functionality of our mobile application. It's free mobile application, Petiole Pro. And then we will go to that part which I just understood later on, and we will speak about the registration of intake when the blueberries are just arriving and you need to register them, and it's possible to do also using the more innovative technologies than they exist now. So let's start firstly with promised part regarding the counting and measurements. So as you see, this is my phone, and now I will take a photo of many blueberries which I purchased. So for these purposes I need to take a photo with ordinary camera, because in this, I hope, yes, you can see it. So I'm taking a photo. Yes, and now I go back to Petiole, and if you scroll down, because last time we were working with a compound leaf area and it was straight here with 570, oh no, not 70, 514 hearts. So I will add one more. So now we have 515 hearts. So it means that at least 515 people like the functionality of a leaf area measurement. It's kind of our internal inspiration, let's call it. But we go to blueberries, so we are scrolling down and scrolling down and scrolling down, and here we have our blueberries. And also just a quick remark that we have we worked with blueberries on two parts. So first part was the blueberry count on the plant. So on the bush, sometimes people call how many blueberries do I have on my bush, and but it actually, as some professional people advised us, that it's not called bush, it's called plant, blueberry plant. So that's why we use this terminology, and it's still working. So maybe we will one day in the nearest time we will look at this functionality as well, about the blueberry phenotyping, specifically fruit counting on the plant. At the same time, today we are here for QC, for post-harvest, when the blueberries have been already collected and brought to some specific site, place, where they need to be assessed in terms of their visual quality. And yes, maybe just a quick note about the quality control. And specifically when I say that we are doing quality control with AI, and then I always get a question, so what exactly in quality control? Because it's better to say visual quality control, because you still need to go to the laboratory and do this bricks, acidity, what else? Bricks and acidity is kind of the main characteristics which you need to have, but other, and yes, weights, you also need to have this specific measurement. So we cannot measure the in grams the berries using just existing setup. It's possible to do it, and again, maybe I will just rethink one more time, and we will deliver this live stream with more options what can be done with AI, and I will even show you the stuff which can be used for that tasks. But just with only smartphone and only camera, it's not reliable to get the waist measurements because of the type of photo which is collected through this ordinary smartphone. So we need to have depth camera, and then depth camera can make these measurements possible. And that's it. I will not continue because it will be very boring. So let's go back to our visual assessment. So regarding visual assessment, we do the understanding, first of all, how many berries do we have in front of us. Then we also do assessment of ripeness, because and I also see this in some supermarkets, that they are already like going down in terms of presence of unripe berries. So, but it's possible to count them and at least to understand the proportion of presence of these berries. Then we do also sizing, sizing, measurements of in centimeters. So in our case, you will also see, and for these purposes, by the way, we are using the calibrating plate. And maybe if you watched me last time, you've seen this one. But basically they are the same, it's just more convenient. So yes, here. So it's just more convenient specifically for quality control when we are not using any type of we don't need to put, obviously if, as I demonstrated in video, we can put on the calibrating plate and then it still will work. But this one is kind of smaller and more convenient, created specifically for this ongoing measurements, very involved work. So so this calibrating plate, it serves like a benchmark for sizing. So that's why during our process you have seen I've taken a photo with this calibrating plate. At the same time, if you will take the photo without, it will be only counting. So you will not get sizing, but you still can count and it's still working. So you don't need to have the calibrating plate. But it's just one of the nice opportunities how to utilize one photo for more tasks. So when you will have the calibrating plate, you have the counting and sizing simultaneously. And the next thing which is possible, it's about the presence of defects, any type of abnormal fruits, abnormally shaped, or they called misshape. So there are some specific terminology for this kind awkward berries which nobody wants to buy. But so it's possible obviously to do this with computer vision and deep learning, because computer vision by itself it's not that strong in doing this task. Only in conjunction they can work. So after this short explanation, we finally go to our mobile application, and I still see that we have some hearts for blueberries, so I will add one more just to keep us inspired. And now what we are doing, we will upload the photo of blueberries which we have taken. And also, if you don't have any blueberries next to you, you don't need to run to the supermarket, because sometimes it's far from you, and sometimes, you know, we are in different locations, no blueberries available. We have the example photos here below. You see the example photos, so you can just go over there and see the example files as well as the calibrating plate. That's it. So you can just print it on the any type of black and white printer and use it. Just try to see how it works for you. And also one more thing, just when you will printing, please don't change the scale, because again, we are so experienced. So many questions have come, and one of the questions was that your measurements are not correct. And then on the other point, we got the same question regarding the camera is not detecting anything, but the calibrating plate is present. And the problem, as then discovered, was that the calibrating plate was printed with smaller scale, because he decided to put like not the full, not the whole A4, but just half of A4, you know, half page printing. It will not work. So please don't make it smaller or bigger, because the mobile application, it knows specific sizes. So if you are changing the size, it means that the system will be broken and you will never get the right experience and the right results. So 100% scale in A4 paper, I will say even more, it must be the kind European standard, because if you are now in the United States of America, then you will have a little bit different paper. We also worked with that, and that was a headache. We tried everything was all right, but something was wrong. And the wrong was that in the United States, the size of paper is kind smaller than in Europe. So we already created the PDF file. It's not here, but in other places. Yeah, I need just to add the link to the other calibrating plate. So it's a separate kind of folder in our public offer for those who are using the US standard paper. So maybe in Latin America you also are using that standard, in Chile, in Peru, in Argentina, in Colombia, Mexico, Venezuela, plenty of countries. So please just double check, because yes, and you can always contact me and I will help you with this. So not spending overtime here. So let's go back to our blueberry QA, and then we already have taken the photo, and now I'm just pressing here, and this is our photo, which is the last one because before it was kind of what I trying just to assess, is everything working or not. So here what we have now, and then all you need to do is this like magic, press on the button, and you see this button. So let's just press it, and now you see the process is starting, and we are just standing, waiting, maybe drinking some tea. I will just also have a cup of tea. And hopefully after this, yes, results are ready. But they are not transferred to the computer. Well, just give me a second, why it's not it's delay, I understand. Because, you know, I was checking is the screen working or not, but I was not checking about the delay. So I will know, but the main thing that you can see now how it works and how long does it take. So this is, let's go from one to another point. Regarding counts, 176. We can, what to do? You can just slide down and check, do you have 176 or not? So we obviously can do this, but I prefer not. It will take a lot of time, and I'm not sure that I will be 100% accurate now, because I don't know how you are counting big amount of objects, but it's better to do some visual marks on each object. Is my kind like life hack, how to count 176 blueberries if you need to do this and you don't have a choice. Because then if you are not doing any marks visual, not on smartphone obviously, but maybe on the paper, it's possible to overcount or undercount, and then you just need to do it second time. But in our case, everything is done for us, and from a brief assessment, I see that it's kind I don't see any blueberries which have not been captured. So this is a good sign. So let's go back to our results, and in our results, what we have? We have the, apart from the overall count, we also have the other parameters which are important. So we have the area in square centimeters as well as diameter in centimeters. However, we also got some conversations that some of the growers need millimeters, so it's absolutely possible to do it. Doesn't require like half of a brain to make it. It's possible to do it on technical level. So if you see that there is an opportunity for you to, and need for you to make it in millimeters, it's easy to do. And then what else do we have? Yes, we have also standard deviation and all these deviations in size. You can see, I can just, again, it can be a lecture about standard deviation because it's widely used in understanding this. It's kind of like basic of statistics, and obviously it's not my strongest part because I am a lawyer actually, and I have not dived into the depths of statistical analysis in my university. At the same time, the main thing, what it helps to understand, it helps understand the allocation of sizes. So here we can see like the average one, and then oh I closed it. Oh my god, it's my fault. Just a second, I will go back, and I didn't save it. But since Petiole Pro works reliably and smoothly, we will get the result in a few seconds, so don't worry. So what I want to say that we see the allocation like here we are, medium sizes, then we have these average sizes, and then we have this let's call them edge cases, when the blueberries are too big or too small. Because, for example, going back to my blueberries, here I discovered like a blueberry which is 30 millimeters in diameter, and then I also see this one which is kind average, and it's 15, so it's twice less. But you can have these measurements, because I measured using the device. I had this device, sorry for it's not digital but I mean that it's possible to do these measurements even in this way, in digital way. Yes, I must say, stay here. Then what else? I already closed them again. Just give me a second, maybe I forgot something to mention in this stage. So yeah, just let's do it again. It will be quick. Standard deviation, sizing regarding diameter. I already said regarding the millimeters, and maybe just one more thing. And also regarding the standard deviation in diameter, we also have this information provided automatically. So all you need to do just to check, to see, and this is not the final screen, let's call it like that, because obviously as of now you need to write down the counting and just put it into using your keyboard. At the same time, the next level is realized in our next mobile application. It's working more automatically and smoothly in terms of flow of information, because in previous one we have just demonstrated the capabilities of doing something, and now we will go to Spruce, because I see that I love blueberries so much that I have just 20 minutes left, and I still wanted to read these comments, and if there are any, because I still don't see them in my smartphone. But anyway, I believe I can find them in some way, like last time. So quickly about Spruce. Spruce is the development which we have done based on the experiences with Petiole Pro. So as I mentioned, Petiole Pro is a free mobile application. It's created for individual researchers to be more productive and effective in their work. At the same time, when we speak about higher level and we speak about the group work, about the work when you have more than one person involved, and even one person, but you need to have all the data which is saved, and process data must be linked to original raw data. Then it's always the possibility to make like one directory with all the data regarding specific case. And this is how the Spruce was born, and basically we created it, and the Spruce plant was the main inspiration for us to create this project. And so currently it's available on Google Drive, on Google Play Store, and you can install it. At the same time, it requires organizational level. So organizational level, it's sound a little bit unclear. I can explain that if you have the organization which you are representing, you are able to use it and just contact us, and we will give you permission to use it and see all the screens which I am now demonstrating. Because what we discovered with Petiole, as I mentioned, it's still working and available and free, and you can use it. That there are some situations when the users, because customers it's in Spruce, in Petiole it's users, they are not using the mobile application in that way, which is a responsible and reliable way. So that's why, and again, it's kind a little bit of everything which is packed in Petiole Pro. But with Spruce we have a separate stories, dashboards and opportunities to help to each grower in accordance with their needs, because we have a constructor. So if you have this, if you see this ontology, it's a button which can lead, and it leads to the different parts of assessment which can be done. As I mentioned already, and I can repeat this, when we are taking the photo is the center of our universe. And basically, if now I will show you the capture, this is the camera which is already embedded. It's inside the mobile application. So this is like the first, maybe small, maybe big difference, that when we speak about Petiole Pro, we rely on imagery which has been collected from any other resources. With Spruce, we are increasing the amount of possibilities, because you still can can have the imagery which you have taken already. And here you can see on the right hand side this button. So if I will press it, then you can see the blueberries which we have taken photo of earlier. At the same time, I can take now, and then the process will be started. So, but I want to again just quickly explain regarding blueberries. So, as I mentioned, we already have spoken, demonstrated that it's possible to do the QC on visual assessment when the blueberries are already on the table, as you can see now. This, you see, nice blueberries. But the overall process starts earlier at the intake gate. That's why I would like to show you how the intake process can be a little bit smoothified using the mobile application. So what I am taking now, I am just creating the first of all, when the blueberries are coming, you need to register them, and they are not coming like in on plant. They are coming in specific box or pallet, or not lot, maybe lot, I don't know, because again there is no one standard for the dictionary in this part. So every organization use some own standard operating procedure how to handle the arrival. At the same time, this is the interesting point, that I am showing you like some template part. So it's possible to add additional field, and it will take like 3 seconds from me just to go to ontology and add extra field to this specific screen. Because again, it's all about this work experience of 10 years of working with people who have pain of filling the forms, and then when some form is kind hard-coded and you already don't have that form, but you still need to fill the information into this form because you just cannot remove this form from your operation. And sometimes it takes a lot of time to do this because you're still waiting how it will be changed on some stage. So in our case, you can be the owner of your form, and you can just either add quickly or remove quickly any type of field which became important or less important than you removing in your process. So in our case, let's see what we have. We are registering arrival. So I'm choosing the action called register arrival. And then since this is already on the table, so it's obviously not arrival, but I prepared the arrival of blueberries, and probably you have already seen a bit. So this is our arrival. Yes, this is our arrival of blueberry, just to make you smiling, I hope, because obviously I was able to make a nice big truck with a huge amount of blueberries, but why not to make blueberries elegant and deliver them on different transport? So let's imagine this is our transport which delivered us the lot of the pallet of blueberries. Okay, we are confirming this. Then we are moving to our next stage. We need to choose the supplier name, And since we are a very big organization with many suppliers, let's just choose what do you want to choose. Let's go supplier number 1 will be our today's supplier. Then we also have track plate. Obviously there is an opportunity to scan it just using a camera if there is a need for that. But in traditional case, just to record which plate was, so let's May and 01 and Y, and then we go to next property. And after this we can have the barcode. And the barcode, it can be the pellets barcode, or I don't have a pallet next to me, but I have this box. So I will scan the barcode now, and you can see it's automatically read. So we are adding the barcode. Then dock door, let's imagine you had the 8th dock door, and then you understood that no, I am at 7, so you can automatically check, change, or maybe it will be 10. Done. And now we have done all the registration fields. We can add more if you need them, but it's just the basic. And now we are submitting. And this is the point where we come back, but we at the same time can go to see what have been submitted. And this is our delivery record. And this is what you see. So we have all the information consolidated in one place, and then we can go to the next stage. And let's imagine the next stage for us is, give me a second, I will tell you what's the next stage. Add pallet sample. And for adding pallet sample, we are following the same way, but now let's imagine this is like many blueberries for pallets. So let's just check the not arrival, but already add pallet sample, and then we are taking photo, and then you see all these blueberries we have taken. So now let's fill the form. Pallet tag ID. Again, let's take our nice box with some nice barcode. It's automatically read. Let's go next. Pulp temperature. Let's take it. It will be sorry. It will be 0, because as far as I know, it should be kind like not very hot and not too cold. So let's have the sample vase. As I mentioned, one of the opportunities is possible to get the measurements automatic, but since we are here, simple demonstrating reality. In reality, most of the growers, they don't have that level of measurement. So let's imagine that sample vase is, maybe we just take how many? 350 grams. Oh, no, not 0. 350 grams. Then we have the manual grade, and this is another point of growth and change, because basically the grading can be done automatically, and I just added here the standards which exist for the industry. So from 12 till 30, obviously it can be even more, because I saw some guys on LinkedIn are showing the blueberries on their watch, and it's kind of more than 30 millimeters, but still it's a possibility where to go. And if you are interested in grading your berries, just let me know. Yes, and even not in comment, just drop me a message or mail to support@petiole.com, and let's just continue to go in depth what's possible here. But let's continue. This time, let's see. Yeah, I remember, let's go 20, and then inspector notes. Again, here we can automate the defects detection of some unwanted items here among the blueberries. Sometimes it's stones, sometimes it's leaves, or maybe the blueberries with mold or other problems, let's call them. But as of now, let's write that nothing is bad, so that's all right. Yes, and if needed, you can take additional photos, just if needed. Maybe, sometimes you need to take the photos of these abnormal objects or some misshaped berries, so it's possible to add on top. And then we again are submitting and go back to our data. So now you can see that we have the delivery record, which we have taken earlier, and also the pallet sample. And if we go to the pallet sample, you can see the data all collected also. What have we done? And based on this regular activity, as you can understand, it's possible to build the dashboard. So basically the next point where every road leads, it's not a nice city called Rome in Italy. All leads to dashboard, because dashboard can show you the summary and you don't need to go to all these individual measurements. Specifically if you have a team and this team is working in parallel, so it generates dozens of measurements simultaneously. So in the dashboard you can see all the details. But as you see, plenty of opportunities and possibilities. The only thing which is limited in our life is time. And they see that we need to finish soon, so let's just try. Now I need to go back here. So let's just try to do the comments. Just give me a second, I will try to understand. Still, can I see them? Because as you see, my setup today is even different from previous times. So LinkedIn. Oh, yes, I see some comments, so thank you so much. I see a message from Kashif Zaman. Thank you so much, Kashif. It's very nice of you to support me in continuous way. Also, I can see the message from Gazi Kahia. Oh yes, absolutely, Gazi, I absolutely agree with you that, and again, it worth a separate lecture about the positive impact of blueberries on the health of humans, and specifically considering that this is currently the superfood, and there is another kind new marketing trend called permissible indulgence, as I remember, but maybe I just, yeah, it's permissible indulgence. It means that, for example, now instead of eating just chocolate, you can eat blueberries and you will feel yourself better because you got some sugar, and at the same time you feel yourself nicer because you have consumed some healthy stuff for your future, let's say. So that's why blueberries are on the growth and this kind of increase. It's not the situation when the demand is going down. It's times and times growing year by year. And also, yes, thank you so much to Srikant Kata for your message. It's very kind of you to join as well. And for those who are joining after this live stream, when the recording is already done, so you still can message in the comments and I will respond to you. As well as you can always, you are invited to ask you any questions, because this is the brilliance of being recorded, that then it's possible to get the recording a year later on. Obviously the Spruce mobile application will be much advanced, better by that time. At the same time, my goal here today is to show you what's possible, and yes, I would like to thank you for this, for your presence and for your being time being with me. And I also see that Highland Battle said me thank you. Oh yes, it's mutual, Highland, because I am also learning a lot, because each live stream I try to prepare at least some information which is useful. So thank you so much for your time. I wish you a very nice day. If you are interested in germination count, see you on Tuesday. And yes, have a very nice weekend ahead. May is here to bring some positive moments in your life. Thank you.